All right, another day. All I gotta do is get the tranny out of this thing and it's ready to go. Ugh, got a lot of phlegm. So I have the headlights. I haven't found a grill yet. I haven't found a bumper yet. I found mirrors. I found taillights. I found cab lights. And all of that stuff is in my Amazon cart ready to be ordered. There's about like 600 bucks worth of stuff. I need to find a replacement grill. I like these grills. Like if you look at that one, it's the same grill. I kind of like them, but I really want to do an aftermarket one. Like I like that one. I don't like this one. Stupid black streak. So yeah, so all the parts they're ready to be ordered and whatnot. I even have a center cap for this one and tailgate light, and even I got an aftermarket light up here, so we're replacing that light as well. So all of that stuff. Also, if anybody, I don't know, I gotta check these running boards out. I think these might be all the way back to the bed because they're pretty long. I think these are, yeah, I might actually keep these running boards because they'll go from door to door and then stand right here. So I might try them out with the mega cab flares, but haven't sourced a bed or flares out yet. But if you guys, like I said, that's what we're gonna be doing. So I'll get all those parts ordered once some of this stuff starts selling. I already got a few takers on a couple of things. We're just, the main thing is once the engine sells, I can start putting, like once this sells, I'll place that order for all that stuff. So that's basically like my logic right there. So we're gonna get that tranny out. I got head studs. I got new the rocker pedestals. I got those, the milled ones, and I got 60-pound valve springs. So I don't know if I'm gonna put all that in today. I would like to. I definitely don't feel like pulling the transmission today. I'd rather just do that tomorrow, to be honest. So I'd rather get that and the VGT controller done today and then do the tranny tomorrow. I don't have it in me to be pulling a tranny right now. I'm just tired and just not feeling the greatest. So it's like, someone will probably be like, oh, you need to get back on the road as quick as possible. No, I really don't. So we're gonna get that. I want the black truck to be as up to par as possible. And I want this little, you guys saw a couple videos ago, I started like trimming out this plate. So basically I'm gonna cut that center out. This will be for the sweep of the VGT, and then I'm gonna trim this off of this cardboard to get it to basically, like I want it to sit as like even as possible with the thing. So I feel like it'll work out great. So we just got to do that. Once I pull the trans, I just have 4 bolts in the back. The carrier bearing needs to drop, pull that. There's already a jack under the transmission. I just need I need to drop the cross member. So between all that, I didn't have it in me to do it last night either, not gonna lie. Once I got the engine out and I started like redressing it up and putting everything over there with it, it's just, I just didn't feel like doing it. So, I don't know. So, with that being said, let's get into it and start filming some stuff for you guys. Also, apologize for the last video if you guys saw it. For right now, for me, it's in its processing stage, so I don't know what it's gonna be, but I used 3 non-copyrighted songs. I've been doing this for years with like time lapses and stuff, and it's getting to the point where like these guys that'll tell you it's non-copyrighted, and then you'll go and use their music like they said, and you'll get a copyright strike. So all I do is I just hit fix it, get that clip out of the video. So I have no idea what the video is going to look like without the music, but it's ridiculous. So if you guys have good music that's non-copyrighted, feel free to send it to me. Nothing with vocals in it. I'm just going to do that from now on. If you guys want to send me music, I don't care at this point. Just anything without vocals and more upbeat stuff. I kind of like I don't know. I like stuff that kind of gets people motivated to do things. So now we'll get to work. All right, so I'm gonna go over this quick for the guys. That you guys see the subtotal's $1,000. That's for this, okay? Gooseneck rails, the 7-way adapter, the 7-way adapter for the bed, license plate lights, a rear bumper plastic, rear bumper, front cover, mirrors, cab lights, brake light, tail lights, and that. So and that's only what I can think of. So you guys wonder why I'm not putting this one on the road first, is that's why. Anybody think they can make me a drive shaft? Minimal requirement is it has to be like a mile long. This thing is so long. Yeah. All right, transmission is out. This thing is so much smoother in every gear than mine. So, any transmission I've ever felt, actually. So, I've only felt 3 other ones, so whatever. But throw out looks pretty good. So we'll swap everything from the old trans to this one. It is missing a clip, so it's not a big deal. But, yep, new transmission. So we'll see how this one goes. Alright, I'm gonna pull this thing out. Don't damage the seal. Cool. Get to drive my truck today. I cannot see a damn thing. And the steering wheel locked on me. That was great. Luckily the e-brake on this thing works. I don't know where we're gonna put it. All right, let's see. I'm not even gonna touch the throttle, just the clutch. Oh, it's so ready. Oh yeah, I didn't touch the throttle at all. That is a 39-degree cold start. It snowed last night. I don't want to get it super warmed up. Oof. All right, so we got all of the rocker pedestals in. Apparently you got to take the injector lines off, or at least move them to get to some of these studs. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, so it's been quite a while now. We are officially studded, and we got the rocker pedestals in. So now that all that's done, the valve springs, I got to do a valve adjustment, get this thing to TDC. I had valve springs, 60-pound valve springs, and I lost one. So I'm kind of annoyed at that, and I don't have my tool today, so I'm gonna have to pull each individual rocker pedestal off again to do the 60-pound valve springs. But hopefully that doesn't mess with the valve adjustment, but I'm still gonna check it regardless again. So I'm gonna get this thing valve adjusted right now just to get it running, and should be able to put all my lines back on. I torqued everything down to 130 foot-pounds. So let's get these lines back on, and we should be good to roll. All right, so you need a second person to do TDC. I'm not even gonna try to do it myself. So I'll worry about the valve adjustment tomorrow when I can get some help with it. So besides that, I am gonna go work on the VGT controller. Maybe, you know, get this thing somewhat built out and make it so the truck's at least somewhat usable as well. Because tomorrow we'll probably end up doing the transmission tomorrow, you guys. That's the shape the VGT controller is going to be. So I want to get that taken care of, and tomorrow when the parts stores are open, I need to go get an oil drain. Yeah, can't believe I lost one of these. There was 12 when I counted them and threw them in the box, and now for some reason there's 11. So we're going to try looking for that and trying to trace steps and whatnot. But in the meantime, we'll start working on this thing. There should be, I don't know what happened to the other 2 bolts. Hopefully nobody threw them in here. All right, we're getting there. So we've already got, I got the square cut out right here. A little bit bigger than I wanted to do. I'm gonna go over it with a flap disc and whatnot, but it was the only way I could get it possible. So I kind of like cut necks and then use the angle grinder there, or the Sawzall there. So we'll get, basically I need to trim little sections of this off at a time while I'm messing around with this, make sure this works, and then we'll keep doing some trimming off of this. So just gonna make a nice cut there, and cut there, because this hits and this hits in between there. So I want to get it bolted up and make sure this hole is going to be perfect, and then we can start messing with the accessories that we're going to put on it. All right, you can see it there. So there's the plate. I'm going to try to get something to trace back behind there if possible. This is basically what we're looking at. So I snapped one of the bolts up here, unfortunately. And yeah, so down here, so I'm going to try to get this other bolt drilled so it looks like these 3 bolts line up. Hopefully the 4th bolt all lines up, because going through cardboard there can be a little bit of discrepancy. So yeah, I would like to use all 4 bolts if possible. It kind of sucks that I snapped one, but is what it is. So we'll get it cleaned up and go from there. Actually, I might not even need to put that last bolt in. Like, we might just be able to use these 2 and keep that stud. Like, I don't know, because maybe I can use the surface area down here for something on this, but I guess we'll go from there. Oh, hold on. All right, so I forget if I mentioned anything, but I am going to, because I've already kind of like messed up here, but I don't have the tools to like do this perfectly. So I think this is going to be like a prototype number 1, and then I'm going to try to see how many of these I can build and try to get these better and better. But you can see we have full movement of this, but we're kind of overkill. Like, you know, went a little bit below, and up here, like, it would definitely, you know, I feel like we could keep a lot of this space inwards, but I had to do a square this time just because, first of all, how big the angle grinder discs are. All right, like I was saying, yeah, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get this to work. For some reason, this thing always wants to like lodge itself in the exhaust brake position. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I've seen a lot of guys, they'll use a bunch of different spring setups and whatnot, basically to simulate the back pressure and like keep it in a certain spot, and then as back pressure increases, it'll pull on that spring. So they'll try to pull it towards the exhaust brake, and then as you're accelerating, it'll close. But see, I'm having the problem with this turbo that it wants to like force itself into the exhaust brake position. So I kind of want to, oh, I wish I had a better welder here, but I want to weld some things to this and like get some spring setups going and whatnot. So, and see if we can't improve over time. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna call it quits for the night, but we did get the head studs installed and these guys. So I feel like we got a bunch, this is quite an accomplishment here, because these take so long. I got to go over there and swap every one of these rocker arms out and everything. On the 12 these are a pain, and they even give you a bolt here. So I'm gonna go through tomorrow, figure out like all the correct torque specs, which I did these in 130. I gotta figure out what the torque specs is of these, but at the same time, this whole thing's coming off anyway because I need to do the valve adjustment. So like, see where this nut is at? I had to back it off that much just to get all the pressure off of this so that I could torque it properly. So this engine is definitely not gonna run in the orientation it's in right now. So I'm gonna get all this mess cleaned up, and then we're gonna get out of here. Also might throw my sub boxes in, because just to have them in here. So, and by the way, I said that, you know, this would be my local truck. I didn't actually mean like it's only gonna do local runs. Like, I don't mind going out and doing all of this. Like, I don't mind going cross country in this truck, but it's going to be considered my local because the other truck has a higher GVWR. So these wheels and tires will end up going on the other truck, and then I'm going to get some fuel cleavers for this, like the 20x12s up front and the super offset in the back. That's kind of what I think would work out. And I love those wheels, and I love the super stance of like a wide tire. So that's just kind of me. So it's all going to come together. I've got probably about $2,000 in the Amazon cart for the new truck. So between like the headlights, all that I showed you guys earlier, but you know, I got to get head studs, I got to get these new rockers, I got to get like basically everything that I just did to this, I need to duplicate on the new truck. So that's why it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense for me not to sell this engine, because this engine's going to pay for like everything that truck gets. So, and then this, oh, I love this transmission. This thing is so smooth compared to what was in this. So pretty happy with that. So hope you guys enjoyed. let's get this mess cleaned up so that way tomorrow it's pretty easy. Appreciate you guys. See ya.